Hello everybody! Today I'm here to talk about something that is very close to my heart. Not actually like it's not a sad thing. It's about Korean. As most of my friends know, I've been taking Korean since last year, which is when I was in year 1, the semester that I entered into NUS as a student. I took Korean 1 all the way till now, which is 4 sems later. I'm still taking Korean. I'm actually currently under this program called LPP, which is short form for Language Preparation Program. So basically what this program does is you sign up at the start of year 1 and then they will assign you a Korean module every semester until you're ready to leave for the student exchange program, which is SEP. I'm in my 4th semester in NUS, and since I took 1 Korean module every semester, I'm currently in Korean 4. I just wanted to share like my opinion on learning a language and learning Korean in like specifically, and maybe share some like tips and tricks for those people who really want to learn Korean and be serious about picking up the language for good. Yeah. In NUS, okay, for anyone who's gonna come to NUS, I really think that LPP is a really very good program for anyone out there, because LPP not only offers you a language module every semester, which also means that you don't have to bid for those language modules and compete with everybody else in the school, in the university for the same module, because language modules tends to be more expensive in terms of bid points. So for example, Korean, right, it can cost up to like 1,000 points, and it's crazy. If you're year 1, you definitely wouldn't have like enough points to fight with the seniors unless you get it in your close round. Okay, bidding is a very complicated thing that even I'm not clear about. So anyway, my point here is number 1, the good point about it is you're allocated 1 module every semester for free. Not really for free, but like they'll deduct 1 point, which is quite insignificant compared to those people who got into the module for like 1,000 points. So in that sense, it's quite worth it. And then if you really enjoy the module, I think it'll be really worth it. Like for me, it was really worth it. And then second thing is that you also get chances to go on immersion trips. So basically the last season, so weird, last bunch of vlogs that I did in this channel, like for Tran vlogs, it was done in Korea. Give me a sec. Hello? 你有煮咩? Oh, okay. 我同爸爸講. That was my grandma. You also get to go on immersion trips, right? I was saying. So then I went on a 3-week immersion trip to Gyeonggi, and it was in the month of June. But don't worry if we like have other commitments during June, like internships or whatnot. They offer, like for my year, they offered 3 separate immersion programs. 1 was to Gyeonggi, that was in June. 1 was to Ewha Women's University, which everybody knows for the beautiful campus, but I really think it's a bit overrated. But yeah, so in May, the students went to Ewha, and then in July, they went to Yonsei University, which is actually the university I'm going for exchange like the next semester. In this 3 weeks, right, you get to like learn a lot of about the culture. You get to be attached to a buddy. You get to go on homestay programs. You get to go on field trips to like the cultural what's that called? It's called Min Sok-chun. So it's like basically it's a theme park that I went. That was really huge, and that theme park is based off the theme of like Korean tradition. So all the houses you see are the olden days ones, and you have the rich houses, the poor houses, you have the jails, you have the jobs and everything. So like it was really fun for me. I really enjoyed myself. So LPP offers you programs like this, like the immersion program, and they are really enriching because like if you go there as a student, like a tourist, you probably wouldn't know about it, and you wouldn't have like the chance to learn the language in their university with their university lecturers, which is also a very different experience like from the ones in Singapore. Because for one thing, like the Singaporean lecturers are much more proficient in English, so you can ask your questions in English and you'll be totally fine. But then in Korea, the lecturers are really engaging, but the thing is like you wouldn't be able to directly ask a question in English, so a lot of times I find myself like translating to that language, to Korean, so that the teacher understands and like my question. So and then I'm forced to speak Korean in that setting, which I feel it's a really good like experience. And homestay was the highlight of my entire trip. I can go on and on about it, but no, the point here is LPP. But one thing is, a lot of people have this like misconception that the language is gonna be really hard and your A will be like so far away. It's either you chase your interest or you chase your cap. There's no best of both worlds. But the funny thing is, like, Korean is actually the module that I best perform in. For some reason, probably I don't belong to life science, but anyway, so I put in a lot of hard work for Korean, and I really don't have any background. But there are some, trust me, there are some people who say they don't, but they have. But I really don't. I'm like zero knowledge about Korean before I entered the program. So as I go on and on about Korean, right, actually NUS offers like LPP for 3 languages: German, French, and Korean. But Korean is one of the more popular ones because, like, you know, the Korean wave, people need to go Korea. Yeah, there are actually a lot of people out there who really wants to go Korea and love the Korean culture. Maybe for like their singers, the idols, or be it for the fact that they really love the culture. Yeah, so Korean was a really good choice for me, and it was the best decision I've ever made in uni, because I feel with the lessons, like, okay, it's true that you can go out and learn and not sacrifice your cap for a language module that you would like to take in NUS, but with the modules, I get to pace myself and be consistent with my learning, so that I won't feel like, oh, there's a long break that I will not be doing Korean. Oh, because I stopped signing up for classes outside, then I won't be using Korean, you know. But like during the semester, I constantly have to use Korean, do my Korean work, and pace myself. And the best part about this entire program is that it's completely free. Like, it doesn't add any cost to your university fees. And also, it helps you clear out your graduation requirements for NUS, which is you can bank it under unrestricted electives, which is something I'll talk about another time. But yeah, so people always ask me like, isn't Korean really hard? Isn't learning a language very hard? But I think like my brain is more inclined to learn languages than to learn a lot of the other things that I have learned or I am learning in school now, because my brain is just wired in the way that like languages really get me, and I get them too. And I feel that Korean was the easier subject that I could have taken, because every other language module seems like crazy. Like, I don't understand anything. And truthfully, if you have taken Chinese before, Korean is like way easier. It's like way easier, and it's probably also easier than English in some sense if we haven't learned English before, because Korean only have like that number of 24 like alphabets or 26 alphabets, and like it's so easy to just memorize everything and read everything, because they have a fixed method of reading most words, and you can never go wrong with the spelling if you really know how to read it. And I think Korean is a subject that's very related to Chinese, because a lot of their words are like translated from Chinese. For example, 万岁 in Chinese is 万岁 in Korean. So like, oh, it's the same. And for me, I found it very manageable because like I really enjoyed it, and I constantly, you know, do practices, and yeah. But anyway, I want to share with you how I study Korean. So for NUS, right, we always have like e-learning before the classes. So you basically go to class knowing what the class is gonna talk about, and you already understand it. You basically practice more in class. So during class, like the teacher will go through the exercises and give more examples, and maybe tell you about some exceptions of the rule, of a language rule, or teach you more vocab, make you talk more, especially like talk more, listen more, so that you can comprehend Korean. And I think it was really useful. So before classes, I watch the e-learning videos, like follow with the e-learning slides, and then I will move on to writing down on my notebook. So okay, I have this notebook that may look really plain like this is the notebook. It's like extremely thin. I have to put this so that I know it's mine. So I have this notebook that I keep for Korean, and I have different this is like my 4th notebook, because for every Korean module I kept one, and in each like book I do the same thing, which I feel like is really helpful for me, but may not be the way that most people would like to study. So basically, as I was saying, so after the doing the e-learning, I will just go to the textbook. So say for example we go to, this is the textbook that we're using. Yonsei Korean in 3 weeks, but we don't complete it in 3 weeks, don't worry. One lesson, 1 chapter. Okay, so for example, I go to the, it's really colourful, I love it. So I go to the 1st chapter, right? Then I will try to read this, which is the intro conversation. Okay, so just now, as I was saying before my camera died on me, was that I'll go to the chapter after e-learning, right? Then try to read the conversation here, and then I will start writing the grammar. There's usually 2 grammar sections in each chapter, and I will write it down in my notebook, like here. Is it focusing? Yeah, I'll write like the first one and the second one, and I get the translations from the workbook, which will give me the English translations. And after I do that, right, like I write down the examples and then the meaning, how to use the sentence. Then I'll move on to writing like vocab, and like I'll usually write the black ones first. So the entire textbook has a lot of vocab that I can learn for the chapter. So I will write down first. Then I go for class, listen more, do my workbook exercises, which looks something like this, right? I do the exercises already. Then I will go back to my notebook and do my 习字, which is like practice the writing. So yeah, it really helped me, and I hope that like if anyone who takes Korean does this too, because like it's really consistent. You keep doing it and you keep getting better. Like, my final piece of advice for anyone who wants to take up a language module is that Korean or any other language needs your interest. So without interest, you definitely will find yourself like slogging through every class, feeling like, oh, you really hate the module and you're gonna fail the module. But actually it's really manageable if you pace yourself and if you be consistent with your work. So first, find the interest, and make sure you spend every day, right? Spend like at least 30 minutes with it. Listen to Korean music, listen to the language music, or like watch shows, or like do your practices, which really helps. And yeah, so that's my piece of advice. And if anyone who's hesitant and wants to talk to me about it, please like give me a text or like drop me a comment so that I'll know who to go to. Yeah, so that's all for today's video. I hope that it helped you in one way or another, and see you next time. Bye!